Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Black Girl's Guide to Natural Medicine. I'm your host, Dr. Sarah Ellis, and in all honesty, I owe you guys quite the explanation in terms of where I've been and what I've been doing, what I've been up to, and what I have coming down the pipeline. So, since it's been a minute, let me introduce myself. For those of you, if this is the first time that you all have ever listened to an episode of this podcast, as I said, I am Dr. Sarah Ellis. I am a naturopathic doctor and clinical herbalist and the founder of Ellis Family Wellness, which is my private practice. I created this podcast for exactly kind of what the title says, as a guide specifically for Black women. Of course, these tips can be applied and given to anyone, but the heart of why I created this show is to support Black women and to give them guides and steps and tips on how to incorporate natural medicine into their daily life. So it is December. Right now I'm recording this on Monday, December 2nd, and I am doing something new this holiday season. I am going to do Blogmas. And so from today until Christmas Day, I'm going to be sharing a new blog post on my website, ellisfamilywellness.com, and you'll also get an accompanying podcast episode, which you're listening to right now. So I guess technically this is pod as well. But essentially, you are going to enjoy 24 different topics on winter health, holiday health, all of the things to help get you through the winter and holiday season. So let's jump right on in with today's post and today's episode, which is all about winter wellness tips and how to stay healthy during the holiday season. Now, of course, it's winter. That means the days have grown shorter, okay? It's 2:30 right now, and it looks like the sun is starting to set. I know by 5 o'clock it's going to be pitch black outside. So, the fact that the days are shorter, the air is a lot chillier, that presents a lot of different challenges when it comes to getting and staying healthy, right? So even though the holiday season is designed to be a joyful one, that is full of friends and family and having a good time, there are some things about the holiday season that can make it a bit harder to stay on track with our health goals. So of course, we're thinking about our favorite meals, and oftentimes they're quite indulgent. That's why they taste so good. Increased stress, dealing with family and the drama that can come with dealing with family. The same with finances. I mean, it's the holiday season, so we're having to deal with purchasing gifts. And I don't know about you all, but I have my daughter. Her birthday is 5 days after Christmas. One of my best friends, his birthday is on Christmas. My husband is a week after Christmas. So there's quite a few things on my to-do list and on my plate. And of course, one of the things that can contribute to increased stress around the holiday season is grief as well. So all of these things can make it harder for us to stay on track nutritionally and with activity as well. So let's go through a couple of strategies to help you thrive through the winter and enjoy a healthy holiday season. All right, number one, maintain a balanced diet. Now, I know this is quite difficult this time of year because, we're oftentimes home enjoying home cooked meals from our mom and grandma and enjoying holiday treats. But this is not the time to kind of fall off the wagon completely. Of course, we believe in moderation, enjoying the things that we love, but balancing them with good whole foods. So of course, focusing on whole foods. So incorporating fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fat. Whenever I think of nutrition in the winter, I'm thinking hearty stews and soups, even leafy greens that you can make like a nice warm salad. And I'm sorry guys if you hear the train in the background. I live close to a train. So you will likely hear those in some episodes coming down the line. But think cozy, nourishing foods that kind of warm you from the inside out, right? All of this is important because we're choosing foods that are in season. And if they're in season, they're going to be packed with the most nutrients and vitamins and minerals that it can have. And those nutrients and antioxidants help support our immune system. So, of course, adding in immune boosting foods like garlic, onion, ginger, turmeric, and citrus fruits as well. Nature is just so intelligent that citrus fruits, even though we think of lemon and limes and oranges in the summertime because they're refreshing and that's kind of the time of year when we want to have that sort of flavor, the truth is citrus fruits are mostly in season in the winter, which makes sense because they're packed full of vitamin C, which helps support our immune system, which tends to take a beating in the winter season. Now, of course, another tip in terms of balancing your diet and having a good, nutritious foundation during the winter is to stay hydrated. I was doing so good with my hydration during the summer and fall, but this winter it has been very difficult for me to reach my water goals. So I have had to switch the form in which I enjoy my water. So usually I have a big Buc-ee's tumbler that I fill with cold water. But, since it's so cold out, I've been switching to a lot of herbal teas and warm water and lemon. Just great options that help me stay hydrated, but also can keep me warm as well. All right. Number 2, staying active. Man, this has been really one of the things that's been quite difficult because for the majority of the year, I have done a really good job. I'm so proud of myself. I have been walking 2.5 miles every day, if not every day, at least 5 times a week. It has done wonders for my mental health, for my body, and my weight as well. And now that the weather is getting cold, those 2.5 miles feel like 5. So it has been challenging for me to get outside of the box, think outside of the box on how I'm going to get that workout in and the miles in. So of course, indoor exercise. I have come to love my Apple Fitness app with my Apple Watch. I'm a big fan of the Pilates classes and the strength and walking classes that they have on the Apple Fitness Plus app. Very easy to use. If you have your Apple Watch, it tracks your calories and everything right there for you. I still encourage folks to enjoy outdoor activities. I mean, it is cold out. I live in South Carolina, so it's not as cold as like Chicago, thank God. But if you're from Chicago, hey y'all, I'm sorry it's so cold up there. But, still go outdoors so you can get that vitamin D, you can get the fresh air, enjoy nature, but do things that can kind of help keep your body temperature up. So brisk walking, hiking. If you live in an area that's snowy, maybe do some snowshoeing. Just things to kind of keep your body moving and keep your temperature up. And then, of course, for winter workouts, we do want to set a routine. The more you're in a routine, the easier it is to stick with your commitment. So I have had to adjust my winter routine to, unfortunately, include a commute to the gym. But making that a part of my routine helps me stay on track and not have to feel like I got to build my summer body back all over again once it starts to warm up outside. All right, number 3, prioritizing sleep. I cannot tell you guys how important sleep is for everything. Sleep is how we are able to balance our hormones. Our hormones can kind of go out and send messages throughout the body and do different activities. Of course, this is where our body repairs itself. So any sort of injury, minor or even a physical injury that you sustain during the day, during the sleep time is where our body is able to begin that healing process. And so if we are not able to get sufficient amounts of sleep, our body isn't really able to repair and maintain itself the way that it needs to. So of course, everyone should aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. I honestly should be preaching to myself because I struggle to get that on occasion or most nights. But let's work on that together, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And one of the ways that you can help do that is creating a bedtime routine. So you have, especially if you have an iPhone, you can set this up in your settings, but your phone or your watch can say, hey, you said that you want to go to bed at 10 o'clock. If you want to get to bed in a restful space, you need to start getting for bed right now. And so that can kind of help you with turning down the lights, turning the TV off, maybe playing some relaxing music, just to kind of get your body, send your body the clues and cues, that it needs to notify and know that sleep is coming and it's time to kind of wind down. Of course, limiting screen time at least an hour before bedtime is so crucial to give our brains a break from receiving all of that blue light and begin to allow to relax in the darkness and get the melatonin to start to release from our brain. And of course, optimizing your sleep environment. So keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet just to help supplement and improve that melatonin release and support a good restful sleep. All right, 2 more to go. Number 4, this winter, let's manage stress more effectively. Again, this is probably the most stressful time of year, but between shopping and hosting gatherings and end of work obligations and celebrations, it can definitely be a stressful time. But if you are chronically stressed and you're adding even more stress due to the holiday season, it is going to be important that you offset that, or at least try to combat that stress with some natural stress management strategies so that you don't end the holiday season feeling burnt out and essentially beginning the new year from an empty space rather than a full cup. So the first way first tool that you can use as a natural stress management strategy is practicing mindfulness. Now, if you're like me, you probably just rolled your eyes a little bit, because every time my therapist mentions this to me, I'm like, oh God, the dreaded M word. I know, mindfulness. I need to be present. But it really is so important. And having found the need to re-implement mindfulness in my life has shown me how crucial it is for my mental health and my well-being. And it's really as simple as being present. I could be thinking about, what I'm going to cook for dinner and all of these things, but I'm present with you all, sharing all of this great information with you all, and knowing how important it is for me to be present with my community. You can do the same thing whether you're driving, you're reading a book, you're listening to music, or cooking. All of these are experiences that you can use mindfulness in to be present and connect us back to the current moment and pull us out of the thoughts that are often swirling around in our mind. Another great natural stress management strategy is trying adaptogenic herbs. So herbs like ashwagandha and rhodiola are adaptogenic herbs that help our body adapt to stress. Now, of course, whenever I say this, folks rush out to go grab, their nearest ashwagandha gummy or rhodiola capsule. But I want to highlight the fact that adaptogenic herbs, the source and quality is very important. And you want to take them for at least 2 to 3 months to really start to see a difference in how you respond to stress. So when it comes to adaptogenic herbs, patience is key. And then the last stress management strategy I wanted to talk about today is setting boundaries. So this is honestly for me, just as much for me as it is for you. But Don't be afraid to say no to obligations that do not serve you and do not serve your well-being. Have you been invited to far too many holiday parties? It's okay to say no. Send a gift, send a card, or just let them know, hey, I have a lot on my plate this season. Thank you so much for thinking of me, but I'm going to have to pass. I wish you a wonderful holiday and a happy new year. Easy peasy. Better, easier said than done, of course. But it's important to remember that no is a complete sentence. So setting boundaries gives us lots of peace this holiday season. And number 5, supporting your immune system. A lot of the things that we've talked about so far are going to do this. So being more active, eating healthy, having better sleep and better stress management is going to support and improve your immune system. As we know, winter is peak season for colds and flus, so we want to make sure that we are giving our immune system extra support this season. So the first way to strengthen your immunity, of course, is to take high quality supplements. So the winter season is really where I tend to kind of add on a couple of supplements than what I normally give my family. So myself, my family, and all of my clients at my private practice, I recommend my healthy basics. So a multivitamin, a fish oil, and a probiotic, all of which I think are really crucial for basic foundational health. But during the winter and cold and flu season, I like to add in extra vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and I also like to kind of rotate my probiotics as well. The addition of these minerals and vitamins helps support the immune system. Vitamin D has lots of benefits in the winter, but particularly for immune support, as well as support with seasonal affective disorder. And of course, vitamin C and zinc. Vitamin C is an antioxidant, so important for immune function, as is zinc. The second thing you can do to strengthen your immunity is be so vigilant about hygiene, particularly washing our hands. I know that we have gotten into the hand sanitizer age, post-COVID, but there's nothing that really beats good old-fashioned hand washing. It's simple and really the most effective way to prevent the spread of germs and viruses. And then this last one isn't for everyone, but if you are a part of a vulnerable population, so if you're immunocompromised, if you are elderly, or perhaps you have an immunocompromised elderly or pediatric person in your home, you may consider getting an annual flu shot to reduce the possibility of spreading the flu to any of those affected in your home. If you choose not to get vaccinated, which is absolutely your choice, making sure that you are adding in supplements and washing your hands very well using good hygiene is all really great and important for helping to support your immune system. In case you didn't know, you can order physician-grade supplements from my store on Fullscript. If you head to ellisfamilywellness.com and click shop, the herbal pharmacy up at the top of the website, you can select there and visit my supplement store where you can order top quality supplements and wellness products that can be delivered to your door. I have about 3 other tips over on the blog, so this podcast is designed to be a short snippet. If you'd like to read the rest of my winter wellness tips for Blogmas Day 1, please head to ellisfamilywellness.com/blog/blogmas1. Thank you so much, and I look forward to chatting with you all tomorrow for Blogmas Day 2.